What is going on, my Patriots? How y'all guys doing? I hope everybody having a good evening. We are starting on time tonight. It is 2 minutes before 9 o'clock on the dot. And no, I'm not in my drop top and I'm not cruising the streets. Before I get started, I want to tell everybody thank you so much for the birthday wishes of turning the big 4-0. I really appreciate everybody that chimed in and said happy birthday. It was a blessing. God knows it was. A lot of my partners did not get to see this age, and I was fortunate by the grace of God too. So I want to tell each and every one of you thank you for your birthday wishes, your kind um, replies, and everything else. And while we at it, let's also congratulate my new channel, Joel Davis Media Network Live. We finally hit 100 subscribers. Let's give a hand clap to that. 100 subscribers, guys. Let me tell you, that is a blessing. Here we go. Yeah, 100 subscribers is a blessing for starting out for that channel. I only had it for about maybe a month and a half. So let's see if we can get it to 1,000 shortly. Good channel. It has a lot of information about the things that we do here. I'm going to start doing some shorts in between and all that on that channel so we can keep it crunk. So tonight we're going to be talking about Biden denying the whole trans visibility day. All of a sudden, him and his handler got amnesia. Sorry, not amnesia. We will also discuss what's going on in the recent details of some of the Diddy case. Going to talk about a little bit of updates on that. We'll also talk about what's going on with MTG trying to push out the Speaker of the House for the Senate and everything. I mean, for the representative, everything else that you can think of. So, with that being said, y'all sit back, relax, take your time, get your favorite beverage and drink, and we're going to head on into the show. Again, share this with everybody. We are everywhere. We're on Rumble as well. Um, and again, I appreciate everyone uh, supporting the channel coming through. So let me go ahead on here and make sure I'll be monitoring Rumble. With that being said, let's jump on head on and let's get into this, guys. Let's get into the show. So now we're going to be talking about the whole situation with Biden and this whole visibility thing, which is straight bananas. This is what Biden is saying now. After getting backlash from all Christians, he's basically said, I didn't do that when asked about Easter being Trans Visibility Day, despite the proclamation. Now, this is crazy. Let me now President Biden said now today that he didn't do that when about his official White House proclamation declaring Easter this year as Transgender Day of Visibility. Now, this was in an exchange with reporters who was at the annual White House Easter egg roll. Now, if you're not familiar with that, with the White House Easter egg roll, they have it every year. The Easter egg hunt, they have all the kids to come through, this, that, and the third. Let's see here. So let me see what he was saying. Now, when asked by these reporters in this exchange, Biden declined responsibility for the proclamation. But then, when asked about House Speaker Mike Johnson, who's the Republican out of Louisiana, criticism over the action over the weekend, Johnson wrote in a post on X, formerly Twitter, that the White House betrayed the central tenet of Easter, adding that the proclamation was outrageous and abhorrent. Now, he thoroughly uninformed Biden. He's thoroughly uninformed Biden remark when he asked about Johnson's comment, because now he said he didn't do it. And then the White House spokesperson, Andrew Bates, also said in the email, President Biden is right. He did nothing in conflict with the tenets of Easter when he celebrated yesterday, nor did he choose the date of March 31st, a transgender day of visibility, which has been set since 2009. So this is where it gets hilarious. He said he didn't do it, but Saturday and even Sunday, he said he was. So which one is it? I tell you what it is. He was trying to appease the transgender. Oh man, $5, man, from my boy Ramirez, the Alpha Male 67. Thank you for the super chat, bro. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, let's talk about this right quick. I mean, he clearly said that Transgender Visibility Day was Easter. He said this. We saw it with our own two eyes, and I can show you that report right here. Give me one moment, and I will bring this up. What he said is in black and white. I'm going to search it right quick. So I'm trying to find it where he talked about it. All right. I found it, guys. I'm finna put the actual article right here. Exhibit A. Thank you. Get it out of there. I'm gonna put it right here. All right. I am about to show this on the screen because unfortunately, what's up, guy? Evening, One Nation. What's going on, bro? Now, let's go ahead on here. We're gonna put this on the full blast. I want everybody to see what I'm about to highlight, what he said in this article, because unfortunately, I think the man must be really do got dementia, because the article says, and this was published Sunday, he says the White House doubles down on inclusiveness message amid backlash over Transgender Day of Visibility on Easter, right? And then let's highlight what is being said. Let me find that mark where he says it. And this was released by the White House Saturday. And I'm going to highlight what they released. And this is what he said. And I got it highlighted right here, just for the people that try to say that we're lying. Today, we send a message to all transgender Americans. You are loved. You are heard. You are understood. You belong. You are America. And my entire administration and I have your back. It added, now, therefore, I, Joseph R. Biden Jr., President of the United States of America, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Constitution and laws of the United States, do hereby proclaim March 31st, 2024 as Transgender Day of Visibility. Now, this is the announcement that your team made. The White House made that announcement. So to make that announcement for the White House, what I just repeated, who had to approve that? Your staff. Who all in your staff would be included to approve that? I'm going to help you out. It would be you, sir. You're the president. So you're trying to tell me all of a sudden now you have dementia, you forgot about it? Bullshit. You didn't forget about this. You only doing that because now you got these Christians on your behind. And not only that, you already know that even some of these liberal Christians are now walking away because they look at this as blasphemous. So you have to do something. So what do? You invent the most beautiful lie of all time. Oh, I didn't say that, but it's public record. You can't. I'm telling you, man, you can't make this up. These guys are insane. It's sad but true. I mean, I don't know how you can sit here and think that we are just that gullible that we're gonna just think that you made a mistake like that. No one is that gullible. No one is. Sad, man. It really is a sad day in American history that we got a president mocking what's going on in the U.S. and then turn around and want us to turn a deaf eye. You can't make this shit up, man. You really can't. This is so bad. It really is majorly bad. All right, guys, let's move on to the next topic here. While I'm at it, let's see. So, in other news, President Donald J. Trump finally posted one of the largest bonds of all time, $175 million to secure the actual let me go get this background music to stop it. These ads are crazy. But anyway, he posted it. Now, here's the thing about him posting this amount of money. If he wins this appeal, he wins the case, he gets his $175 million bond back. So that's a cool thing. So right now his properties cannot be seized. So right now I'm quite sure Letitia James and this crazy looking cartoon uh villain ass looking judge is upset because they thought that Trump didn't have the money. What made you think that Trump didn't have the money to afford a $175 million bond? The man is a businessman. He has assets. He has properties. Even though you said that Mar-a-Lago was not worth the way it's worth, but now y'all trying to say that Mar-a-Lago is worth half of the original amount that y'all was trying to claim. So which is it? I tell you which is it. It's whatever they could get their hands on to try to break Trump, and they're not doing so good right now because Trump got his hand in so many investments and in so many types of business markets that he's going to be fine. It really is. Now, here is the downside about this. This is really hurting New York because all the businesses are pulling away. They want to have nothing to do with New York right now because of the businesses and plus what's going on with all this crazy liberal politics. People out on it, and I don't blame them. I'll be out on it too. I mean, there's just so much that you can do, and that's facts. All right, we're gonna move right along here to the next. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh Lord. Let's see what else I can talk about here. All right, let me see what I can find. All right, hold on. Let me go. Let me go put something up here. Y'all give me 1 second. My dog is barking. All right, I'm back, guys. Let me pull up. I'm pulling up one more uh, story. Give me 1 second here. All right, and so in recent news today, I don't know if y'all remember this guy. This is Alex Murdaugh. So if you don't know who Alex Murdaugh is, this is the guy that literally alleged was found guilty for killing his son
There is
and his
real
wife.
suffering at the heart of this story.
How could these people be killed by?
Not to mention, he was involved in a suspicious death of his what they call that lady. Lord have mercy. I know it good as the tip of my tongue. His housekeeper. His housekeeper that been there for a long time and that's been on his properties. They also found him suspicious of his son that was also killed being involved in driving recklessly on the boat on the river and caused a young lady to be slung off that boat and drowned. So this is in what you call the Low Country, South Carolina. He was a big time solicitor, and over there, solicitors are a better term for being called a prosecutor. So if you're from South Carolina, they don't call them prosecutors; they call them solicitors. And he was a big time solicitor. But this dude also embezzled money from his law firm that he was working at. Everything. He was basically a piece of poo con man. You can't make this up. But let's talk about what happened to him today. Today he got sentenced to 480 months or 40 years in prison because he pled guilty to 22 federal financial crimes. Now, while he is sentenced to that restitution, totaling more than $9 million, and he does not have the ability to pay restitution. However, Gurgel waived the fee and required Murdoch to pay $2,000 in special assessments immediately. Now, his statement was, I do want you to know and all of the victims to know I'm filled with sorrow, I'm filled with remorse, I'm filled with guilt. Now, a lot of people said that Murdoch actually did this because he was on he was addicted to painkillers, and that's exactly why he was out here embezzling money left and right to feed his habit and do what God knows what to keep up his luxurious lifestyle. Now he do have to do 60% of his sentence, but here's the thing about what's going on with Murdoch. Murdoch will never get out of jail because he's also got 2 life sentences that he was sentenced to for the state of South Carolina. And not to mention, too, in the state of South Carolina, he also got sentenced 17, got sentenced to 27 years in the state part of this whole federal mess of embezzling money. Now, he did have a crazy, um, what they call that joint? Um, what did they say he had? He had a crazy deal that he made with them. They gave to him. They said that if he could pass his polygraph test, that he would get a lighter sentence, and he was not able to. Which they wasn't surprised because they knew they had the evidence to show that he was embezzling. So at this point, that's where we at it. That's the family right there. Uh, Now that's his oldest son that's still alive. His son Paul, what you call Paul. Yeah, he killed him. Killed him. Convicted of killing him and his wife. So yeah, this guy will never get out of jail. He's gonna die in prison. Now he'll probably be able to go to a federal prison first. Oh yeah, he's guilty. He's guilty, bro. They found him. He took the guilty plea. Wasn't no Alfred plea, nothing. He took the guilty plea. So yeah, dude never getting out of jail. He's dying in jail. I mean, they'll probably give him the choice to go federal. He can do federal, do his time in Fed. As soon as he finishes doing his time in Fed, he's gonna have to do the life in prison. Right then and there. Right there in the state. So let's say he's 54 now. And let's say, let me see, he's 54. Let's see. I want to say he's 54. Let me see what he at. How old he is. Make sure I'm right. I just said his age, guys. Give me one second. I'm trying to find out. Let me get his age, guys. I'm trying to find it. I just said it. Yeah, he's 55. So he got 40 years sentence, but he has to do 60% of it the way they got it worked out in the Fed, that in the federal on the federal side that he got convicted for this political crime, which I think is shocking because usually in the Fed you have to serve all that time. But if he do 60% of it, that's only 24 years, and 24 plus 54, he'll be 78. Okay, and then by the time he go to state prison, he's gonna die. So either way it goes, he's done. He's probably going to die in prison. He just got to figure out which one he wants to die in comfortably, state or federal. And that's where we at. So yeah, very sad, man. This is what happens when you get greedy. All right, let's see what else we got going on here with crime news. A little bit today we hitting on. So now the liberals are now doing their job in New York, even though it took the life of one of the men in blue for them to actually do their job. Queens DA Melinda Katz has a 10 count indictment. So she announced that Guy Riviera and Lindy Jones have been indicted for the charges connected to shooting the death of New York Police Department Officer Jonathan Diller in Far Rockaway last week. So if you don't know where Far Rockaway is, that's a little I want to say that's a little suburb, not that far from Queens. So if you hear somebody say I'm from Far Rockaway, it should have been part of the 6 boroughs, but I was told by one of my homies that's from that area when I was serving with him, it's always been called the forgotten borough. It's large enough to be a borough, but it just, I don't know, they never included in there. But anyway, they said the killing of the New York police officer now that strikes at the heart of the city. Now, the suspect that they arrested has been arrested multiple times. That the dude should have never been on the streets. But this just gives you an idea of what's going on in the city of New York and how their policies are letting people just walk out on the street. Now, this guy is facing up to 30 years, and that's crazy. And then what's crazy is he talk about that's what he does. He shoots people. That's what he's good at. And see, that's what I'm talking about. This guy done probably done got out of stuff so much that he's used to it. And what really makes me really upset is that they only gonna give this guy 30 years for killing somebody. Like, now Riviera faced up life in prison without a possible parole if convicted. Well, I'm about to say, up to 15 years in Jones, his accomplice faced up to 15 years in prison if convicted. I mean, this is just crazy, man. They all need to be getting 30 plus years. And the guy should get life, but this is insane, man. This man had a baby and everything. What's going on, Zoops? Zoot Soup Cuter? Yeah, man. Dude had a baby and everything at home. Rest in peace to Jonathan Diller, and my hearts go out to his family. And I hope they get the justice that they're looking for, because they definitely deserve it. All right, so now we're going to talk about end this with what's going on with Diddy. And it's going to be, like I said, it's like news tonight. Ain't a lot of news tonight. What's up, CeeLo? What up, brother? All right, we're gonna be doing light news tonight. We're gonna be talking about what's going on with old Diddy. Cause we got a lot that's going on with Diddy. So let me go ahead on here and give y'all the rundown of what they're saying about his situation. So if you've been like under a rock or been taking a nap in La La Land, Diddy got his house raided last week. It was crazy. They had both of his houses property rated on both sides of the coast, east and west coast, just going through it. Now, the problem is that when they went through this, they found evidence of tapes and things of that nature and electronics they took from his house. Now, I do not know, or no one knows yet, on what he's being indicted for or what they found on the tapes, but they do know that right now it ain't looking good for him. I'll probably look up that CeeLo. I might have it on tomorrow broadcast for the news. I definitely look into it. So now this is Mike Dorsey. He is a murder rap director. So he's gonna get his 2 cents in. I ain't heard of Mike Dorsey in a minute about what could possibly happen with Diddy, and then I will tell you what all sparked all this and what Diddy looking at.
Developing now, federal officials are telling the New York Post they were acting on specific allegations of sex trafficking when they raided two of Sean Diddy Combs' multi-million-dollar mansions Monday. They're also saying his alleged victims have not been holding back during interviews. Let's bring in filmmaker and director Mike Dorsey, who produced the movie Murder Rap: Inside the Biggie and Tupac Murders. Thanks for being with us. What do you make
Thank you for having me.
You got it. What do you make of these claims from the victims, who seem to be saying not only is he guilty of sexual assault of individuals?
Hey, Zoop Soup Cuda, I'm gonna say this, man. I don't think this time it was to hide any evidence. Gotta remember, the feds don't spend all that much money for nothing. That's a lot of manpower and money. We're talking about damn near 2 raids on a huge property with all that manpower. That's like $10 to $20 million worth of manpower. Believe me, they wasn't hiding shit. They found what they're looking for. I find a feeling that Diddy is not in the club anymore. He's not in the club anymore. Y'all got to understand that. Once you're not in the club with these elites, they don't care if you're a billionaire. You see what happened to Epstein when he wasn't in the club anymore. Now, Epstein did have the last ace up his sleeve, but you see how quick all of a sudden he ended it all. So that should tell you something. So that's the same play that might be happening to old Diddy. Now, they basically doing this right now. They actually ain't took his passport. So they kind of giving him, what up, Mo? Y'all, shout out to my brother Mo, man. Mo Reese Dilk in the house. Check out our show that we did, man. It was crazy. Yeah, I'm telling you now. They it's getting wild out here. They ain't did that for nothing. They did not do that for nothing. All right, man. Let's go ahead on. Let's keep playing this.
People, but of these wider crimes involving sex trafficking rings.
On that, we'll just have to wait and see where it goes. I'm not as I don't have inside information on sexual abuse accusations against him. I'm more familiar with, years of accusations against him for various physical altercations that he's been involved with other people. So it was not that surprising when this came out. But this is the first that I had heard of sexual abuse and sex trafficking accusations.
So tell us about what you are familiar with. The past accusations that have been made against him over the last decades.
Absolutely. I mean, it goes back to at least 1998. There was a music executive named Steve Stout who claimed that Sean Combs and two other men assaulted him in his office over a music video that Combs didn't like. He was beaten allegedly with a
Let me elaborate on that. The music video they talking about, and you can look it up, is an uncut version from Nas's "You Can Hate Me Now." Now, on the version that we see now on YouTube, that's considered the legit supposed to be the legit actual release version. No way, you crazy. Anyway, it's different because during that time, Diddy had made this video with Nas, and Nas, in the Nas video, he was portraying himself being Jesus, toting the cross. But that's the only thing you see on the video on the original that's out now. He's doing that with the cross, and that's it. He's not hanging himself up. He's just saying he's just bearing the cross with the thorns around his head. Well, on the unreleased version that made him upset is that he went out here and got himself posted on the cross, okay? And, basically portraying that he was Jesus. And that's the one he didn't want to get out. I guess that was something like a private scene for his own enjoyment. I don't know, but it got out. And Steve Stout was also one of the executive producers on that film shoot, and he went crazy. He went straight to Steve Stout's office, didn't talk to him, didn't ask, man, what happened? Nothing. He just commenced to whooping Steve Stout's behind. Broke his nose and everything. Diddy is known to put hands on people in the business. He's been doing that for years. He even put hands on Drake, allegedly, but they claim that never happened. But a lot of people in the club that was there that night have said it did happen. That Diddy put hands on Drizzy. They said Drake didn't know what was going on. They were like, Drake was confused. Like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. Hold on now. I thought we was cool, Diddy. LSP Freckle, what's going on, man? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. So let's continue to see what my man is also going to say about Diddy.
Champagne bottle. There was a settlement paid out of that to make charges go away. There was a nightclub shooting in New York a year later that Combs was charged with, was also acquitted for. And then, over the years, he's had various high-profile physical altercations with people in the music industry. And then in 2015, there was the brawl with the strength and conditioning coach at UCLA, where his son Justin was a player on their football team, where the man's shirt was ripped and his face was scratched. And then
let's talk about that one. Now, y'all didn't hear about that story, and I'll tell you how that went down. So Diddy's son, uh, not King. What is that other boy name? Lord Jesus, Christian. Christian was playing in football for UCLA, and he told old boy that I guess the boy was complaining about being on the bench, and I guess he told that boy basically, I don't care who your daddy is, what he stands for, how much power he got. This is my team, my school, my football, and if I tell you to sit on that bench, you gonna sit on that bench. Well, somewhere around, Diddy was around, kind of because he had that access, I guess, being a celebrity that he is. He could be around when they're doing the whole, playing football or whatever. He heard this, and they said he started commencing to put hands on this coach. Yeah, we all know about that one too. So yeah, when that happened, man, that was national. That shocked the coach, and he didn't get nothing done to him because it's Diddy. Because Diddy love to put hands on people. He been doing that. That's why the only person that Diddy ain't never put hands on was the Locks, and that was rapper Jadakiss and my man you got Jadakiss, Luke Cheek, and my man's what's the other guy name? They call him Ghost, but I don't forgot his name. Styles P. Yeah, Styles P. Yeah, he tried that with them talking tough about not giving them their publishing and their masters, and they threw the whole chair at his behind, broke his glass and everything. He thought they were going to tear his behind alive. And he said Diddy hid under the desk. That's what I'm saying. Diddy one of them dudes. He know who to mess with and who not to mess with. If you're a real New Yorker or you're a real street dude, he's not going to really come at you like that because you make him nervous. But if you one of them dudes that you're not a street dude and you just a regular Joe Schmo, then yeah, he's gonna try you. He's gonna do what he just did. He just test the temperature and put his hands on the coach.
And Combs allegedly, as he was being escorted out of the weight room, swung a kettlebell at an intern. So the list goes on. And then, the sexual abuse accusations, I think, really took off late last year with Cassie Ventura, his ex-girlfriend, filing her $30 million lawsuit against him and making all these claims about, sex parties and that she was forced to have sex with male prostitutes, physical abuse, some really horrible accusations.
So, Mike, when you heard about Cassie's charges, which then sort of went away under the terms of some kind of private deal that they struck, were you surprised to hear those allegations against Diddy? How would you describe the way you felt?
No, and I actually thought it was interesting that one of the accusations she claims tied back to the rivalry between the record labels, the East Coast, West Coast rivalry between Bad Boy Records, Combs's label, and Death Row Records in LA, which is, what my film is about.
Now, this girl you see that was walking there, Cassie, she was promised when she first got with Diddy, that she was supposed to he was supposed to help her with her career. He promised her that. But see, a lot of people say Diddy likes to get beautiful girls, young women like Cassie, and keep them under his thumb, because not only do he wants to control their career, but he also want to be able to have them depend on him. You know what I'm saying? He don't want them to be a boss chick. He want them to be like, yo, I'm supplying your lifestyle. I'm helping you with this. I'm helping you with that. This is how I want it. CeeLo, I'm gonna tell you about that. Styles P and Jadakiss and them still make music. They just independent. They just don't deal with Diddy or the mainstream. They actually do a lot of their independent stuff with a lot of other rappers. Also, Cassie I don't know if Cassie still makes music. I know she married the trainer that was training her and Diddy at the time, and Diddy didn't even try to fight old dude. So that lets me know right then that old dude and her had stuff on him, because Diddy usually, when you take Diddy girl, he usually take that person. You know what I'm saying? He go all out. But I think in this case, he ain't had no leg to stand on because he knew that this girl had a lot of stuff on him. So yeah, I think that's really how that went down on that.
And she claims that there was an incident where someone came in and told Combs that Suge Knight was at a diner nearby, and she claims that Combs grabbed some guns and went out the door to try and confront Knight over this. So
All right, hold on, y'all. Let me get back to that.
York a year later that Combs was charged with, was also acquitted for. And then, over the years, he's had various high-profile physical altercations with people in the music industry. And then in 2015, there was the brawl with the strength and conditioning coach at UCLA, where his son Justin was a player on their football team, where the man's shirt was ripped and his face was scratched. And then Combs allegedly, as he was being escorted out of the weight room, swung a kettlebell at an intern. So the list goes on. And then, the sexual abuse accusations, I think, really took off late last year with Cassie Ventura, his ex-girlfriend, filing her $30 million lawsuit against him and making all these claims about, sex parties and that she was forced to have sex with male prostitutes, physical abuse, some really horrible accusations.
So, Mike, when you heard about Cassie's charges, which then sort of went away under the terms of some kind of private deal that they struck, were you surprised to hear those allegations against Diddy? How would you describe the way you felt?
No, and I actually thought it was interesting that one of the accusations she claims tied back to the rivalry between the record labels, the East Coast, West Coast rivalry between Bad Boy Records, Combs' label, and Death Row Records in LA, which is, what my film is about. And she claims that there was an incident where someone came in and told Combs that Suge Knight was at a diner nearby, and she claims that Combs grabbed some guns and went out the door to try and confront Knight over this. So that was interesting to me, and that would have been years after the murders of Tupac and Biggie. It just showed me that he still had this crazy animosity over that so many years later, that he would try to confront Suge over it.
Yeah, well, to a lot of us, it's surprising, but thanks so much for coming in and sharing your insight into this and what you do know. Very illuminating. We appreciate it.
Of course. Yeah, thank you.
All right, so that was enough for that. Now, I'm going to reread why a lot of people are saying that Diddy is not going to get out of this. I'm just going to scan through right quick because they went through both of his mentions on both of the coasts. They had at least 3 women and a man, including a female, who has been under 18 at the time, about alleged abuse from Diddy. Now, Nicole Parker, a former FBI agent, says you can pay off folks. Now, listen to what she said now. You can pay off folks in civil lawsuits to make them go away. But that doesn't work in a sound criminal investigation, especially on the federal level when it comes to you know what I'm saying, intimate trafficking allegations. So I want y'all to understand what they're saying. They're saying is because everybody right now is so big on the intimate trafficking, especially against young people, women, and young boys too, young men. They're not going to shy away from that. They're going to push it to the limit, and there's nothing he can do about it. Especially now since you got Homeland Security investigation agents all over you. And if he goes to court, like they said, he can't do an NDA. And see, there's a lot of people now coming forward. And get this, since all this came out from this guy here, Rodney Jones, this is the dude that had recorded took pictures of everything that's going on. Even talked about Cuba Gooding Jr. trying to seduce him. Can't make this up, bro. Like Cuba Gooding Jr. trying to seduce him, which is not the first time I've heard Cuba Gooding Jr. is one of those guys that he's very touchy-feely. I mean, anybody that goes around and becomes naked for no reason around you, yeah. And here's another thing too that people don't know about Diddy. Back in the day, they said Diddy, when he used to have his artists come over to his penthouse to talk business or whatever, he would always answer his door in the full nude, like wasn't nothing. So this just tells you the type of behavior you're dealing with people like this with money. They don't have no common sense. You know, they're predators at all day, every day. Now, a lot of people are saying now that a lot of the lawsuits that's coming out, some people saying that's strong, but listen, what Rodney Jones lawsuit got right now is so strong that I'm quite sure if it matches up with the same behavior he's got, yeah, he can't pay it off. It's going, it's about to be crazy. Now, they're also reopening the Jamal Shine Barrow, who served 10 years in prison for Diddy. They also reopening that case, the nightclub shooting. And if you ain't noticed or not, J-Lo is scrubbing her internet. She's scrubbing it hard. I mean, she is scrubbing it hard. And she's scrubbing it so hard that people are starting to say that she's trying to distance herself from anything or any throwbacks of Diddy. Now, let me tell you why Jennifer Lopez was acting the way she was over Diddy. At the time, Jennifer Lopez was the it girl. Everybody wanted a Jenny Lopez. You know what I'm saying? Like, you tell somebody you got that girl Jenny from the block, you know, yeah, man, that's what I want. You know, everybody wanted that. Every dude wanted that. And she wanted to be that for every dude with the status of Diddy at the time. You know what I'm saying? Diddy, this big hip hop mogul. He's for the culture. And hey, I got to ride or die for him. Well, now they're apparently accusing her, allegedly, that she used to hold guns for Diddy to go in these clubs and act the fool. And because of this, the only reason why Jenny dumped P. Diddy, because when that club shooting got real, and when she did survive that, everybody told her, they was like, Jenny, if you want to survive in this business and be a true actress and Hollywood celebrity that you're trying to be, you can't do it with Diddy because he's gonna take you down with it. And what did she do? She got up out of that situation real quick in a hurry. In fact, you never heard of J Lo really talk about Diddy again. It was like Diddy didn't exist in her world. Now she would be in Affleck, and I think she like being with guys like being Affleck and stuff like that because she can be that crazy Latina without going as far as being Jenny on the block. You know what I mean? Because when you with Diddy, you gotta be Jenny on the block. That means you really gotta put in that work and play that lifestyle. And she wasn't trying to do that. And they ain't trying to do that anymore because she already knows she's too old for one, and for two, it ain't what it is. It's not the life that you want to be. Now let's talk about Shine. Now the rapper Shine that took the credit in the club for Lopez and Combs at the time. When he got out, that it was Diddy that shot her. That she always said Diddy was the one that shot her in the face. But before they would take a statement, they went with what Shine said. Shine took the whole claim for everything. You know, I was just trying to protect my boss or my boy. Well, when Shine got out, they claimed they gave Shine this lucrative $1 million deal, L.A. Reid. But how you give somebody a record deal and advancement for $1 million, but they never put out a record? They only put out one single. And that single was so diluted that you was like, is this really Shine rapping or is this Shine going through hard times? Now, Shine got deported and had to go back to Belize. But this is now Shine today. He's with Diddy in at the O2 Shepherd's Bush Empire in London. Now, I don't know what Shine is doing today. Let me look and see what Shine is up to today. Because I know now he got deported from the U.S. Oh, he's in Belize. He's a yeah. Changed his name. He's no longer Jamal. He called himself Moses. And he's part of the Belize United Liberal Party. God dog it. Why did you have to be a liberal guy? But anyway, I digress. But that's what he's doing right now. He's back in Central America, being in politics. So I'm quite sure that and then he moved to Jerusalem in 2010. But then he went to he converted to Judaism. Um, he's doing great. I guess he's really a politician. He is so he's in Belize He may be the next prime minister. He's very prominent over there. He could be the next prime minister. Yeah, exactly. It does. So yeah, he has changed his whole lifestyle, bro. He's yeah, he's a big political figure now in Belize. So yeah. But yeah, that's just where we at, guys. I mean, at this point, um I I guess it's the waiting game because you gotta remember the feds work like this. They go, they raid your stuff, they put it out there that they raid your stuff, and then they take all your stuff and they go through it, and then you wait for them to process everything and see if it's gonna go down. Now, again, he does have his passport. He can go anywhere he wants to in the world. Now, if I was him, he needed to go and call up your boy Russell Simmons, take a page from him, and be like, "Yo, I need to relocate." But I don't know if he's gonna do that or not, because again, this is Diddy we're talking about, so I can't give you no insight on that. So, guys, that's all we got for tonight. I want to say thank you for everyone that showed up. We had about 10 to 8 average in the chats. I hope the likes are up. Guys, like I said before, I will be streaming again Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays based upon my work schedule at 9 o'clock. Now, if I have to go in early or something like that, I will put the community post out and tell everyone I'm not streaming tonight, and I will stream the next time day on the schedule. Again, guys, please jump in the comment sections. Tell me what y'all think about what's going on with the news with Trump securing the bond, Biden lying about transgender visibility, and all this other stuff. Please keep in mind tomorrow I will do the crime news. Now, I probably will be putting a post up for that right at the kind of the last minute because the wife has me as her personal freaking cleaner since I'm on vacation. But as soon as I get through some of those house chores with her tomorrow, I'm going to dive right into here, set up the crime news, and get it in like we normally do. Please like, share, subscribe. I love you guys. Instagram. If you want to follow me on Instagram, guys, please, 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 please follow me on Instagram. I would love for y'all to follow me on Instagram. Like, real talk, man. Follow me on Instagram and subscribe. I will. I will. And please subscribe to my Instagram. It's cheap, man. I think it's like $4.99 a month, something like that. You subscribe. I make sure that I make videos just for y'all, my subscribers, that y'all can enjoy, memes that nobody else will have access to. Again, please like, share, subscribe. I love y'all. Take care of yourself and each other. With that being said, y'all know what it is. I'm out.